In 1870, recognizing the challenges of underwater mining, the Montreal in 1870, recognizing the challenges of
What if I told you that aliens might be swimming in our own backyard right now? In 2017, NASA dropped a bombshell that shook the foundations of astrophysics. We have confirmed a second home for life, not in a galaxy far, far away, but on a frozen moon that humanity had ignored for over 2 centuries. The story doesn't begin today. It begins in 1789, when astronomer William Herschel spotted a dim, ghostly speck hiding near Saturn's blinding rings. He named it Enceladus. For generations, it was written off as a dead, frozen rock. It was too small, too far, and too cold to matter.
But in the 1980s, when the Voyager probes flew past, they sent back something impossible. The moon wasn't dead. Its surface was bright, white, and shockingly young, unscarred by craters. It was as if something was constantly repaving the ice from the inside out. To solve this cold case, the Cassini spacecraft embarked on a suicide mission in 2004. What it found at the South Pole was the stuff of science fiction. 4 massive parallel fissures, known as tiger stripes, were slashing across the ice. And they weren't just cracks. They were cannons. Cassini captured images of massive geysers shooting water vapor and ice particles hundreds of miles into space at supersonic speeds. This confirmed the unthinkable. Beneath that thick shell of ice lies a global, warm, saltwater ocean. But the real mind melt happened when Cassini flew through the plumes to taste the spray. The sensors detected more than just water. They found methane. They found carbon-based organics. They found the chemical precursors for amino acids. Enceladus has the water, it has the heat source, it has the food. It meets every single requirement for life as we know it on Earth. Deep in that dark alien ocean, something could be looking back at us.
We haven't landed there yet, paralyzed by the fear of contaminating a pristine alien ecosystem with Earth bacteria. But Enceladus has already taught us a terrifyingly beautiful lesson. Earth is not a miracle, it's just one option. If a tiny, frozen moon in the darkest corner of our solar system can harbor the ingredients for life, then the universe isn't just a void. It is likely crowded, and we are just waking up.
What if
In 1870, recognizing the challenges of underwater mining, the Montreal Mining Company sold Lake Superior to an ambitious Alexander Sibley. With his lead engineer, William Frew, they embarked on an audacious mining venture, constructing barriers against the lake's fury and establishing a thriving town on the nearby shores. However, nature proved a relentless adversary. As the miners delved deeper, Lake Superior's waters began infiltrating the mine, necessitating round-the-clock pumping. The mine's fate was sealed when a vital coal shipment, essential for powering the pumps, failed to arrive. By 1884, the icy grip of Lake Superior reclaimed the mine, submerging its riches. In just 13 years, it produced an astonishing $3.25 million worth of remarkably pure silver. And today, what is still buried within the mine is left untapped, waiting for the next person, crazy enough to take on the challenge. In 1870, recognizing the challenge.
I know it's a public place, you're free to film.
Yes.
I'm filmed as well, just so
Yeah,
you're
that's
aware.
fine, yeah.
I'm PC 139 code Fulford Police Station, so I thought you might ask that.
Okay.
Just asking what your purpose is
I'm
today.
sorry, I don't talk to anyone with a thin blue line.
Okay, that's fine.
If you
It's up to
remove it, I'm happy to engage.
Well, I'm not going to fall on colleagues with it.
Cheers.
Well, it's why you're here. You're free to be here, it's public access, but we're calling
So if I'm free to be here, why are you asking me why I'm
Yeah,
here?
why are you asking them?
So obviously they're feeling like harassed and stressed because of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you want to give your name?
Do you want to give me the CAD call?
CAD call?
Yeah.
Why do I have to give you that?
Because I've got a right to know the CAD call of what they've reported.
The report is that someone, described as yourself, is
Yeah.
here recording through the window.
Yeah.
They've obviously had to move
That's
all the
not
kids
a
and stuff
crime.
upstairs.
All the kids?
Because they've been worried.
That isn't a crime, is it? What about all these immigrants, mate? They're the ones who are committing crimes, and you're here barracking the British. You fuck up. Yeah, as well, because they are pigs who are out to name and not protect us while they're protecting them immigrants and shit like that. That's disgusting, mate.
What are you doing?
I've seen a load of men hanging around here. One of them's been kicked out from Afghanistan.
Okay. I know it's
Just,
a public place. You're free to film.
That makes you sick, that, doesn't it?
Drink.
You know what? I can't even get a place of my own because of them immigrants. See, it's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely.
Diver finds locked container in the ocean. What's inside shocked him. Marcus was an experienced deep-sea diver working off the coast of Florida. He had been diving for 5 years, exploring shipwrecks and documenting marine life. One afternoon, during a routine dive near an old shipping route, he spotted something unusual on the ocean floor. A large metal shipping container sat perfectly upright, covered in rust and seaweed. At first, he didn't think much of it. Containers fall off cargo ships all the time. But as he got closer, something felt wrong. The container
I couldn't care less about the immigrants. They've took all our homes. They've took all our just everything. They get paid money that should be rightfully all of ours. It's time to right against them. I'm currently at my sister's because of them ashlocks taking over our Britain, taking our homes. I know, and now I'm stuck. Oh, it's all right. I don't care, me, mate. It's my YouTube, innit?
wasn't tilted or damaged. It looked deliberately placed. Marcus circled around it and froze. The door had a heavy padlock that looked almost new. He tried looking through the gaps, but it was too dark inside. He decided to return the next day with cutting tools. That night, Marcus couldn't sleep. Something about that container bothered him. The next morning, he cut through the lock. The door creaked open slowly. What he found inside left him speechless. Click the like.
If it hadn't been for my family, I would have been dead by now. Frozen to death.
Button and comment container for part 2. Diver finds lock.
The closest object to your right.
Don't use this, Rosemary.
40,000 psi. No animal ever came close. Rank 5,
like
fox. 150 psi. Rank 4, polar bear. 1,200 psi. Rank 3, hippopotamus. 1,800.
And the worst thing is all these immigrants are rapists and everything else, mate. It's disgusting. Innocent people like me that have left with nothing because of them. Ship them back.
psi. Rank 2, saltwater crocodile. 3,700.
Absolutely degrading, mate.
Good evening. The man leading Donald Trump's immigration crackdown has defended federal agents operating on the streets of Minneapolis following the death of Alex Pretty yesterday. The 37-year-old intensive care nurse and American citizen died after agents operating on the streets of... Good evening. The man leading Donald Trump's immigration crackdown...
Not standing in line and doing...
Good evening. The man leading Donald Trump's immigration crackdown has defended federal agents operating on the streets of Minneapolis following the death of Alex Pretty yesterday. The 37-year-old intensive care nurse and American citizen died after at least 10 shots were fired at him. His family have accused authorities of telling sickening lies about him, and state officials have renewed their calls for federal agents to leave Minnesota. But speaking in the past hour, Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino said Alex Pretty's death could have been avoided if individuals had made different choices.
I'm not bothered about you right now, because you're not even, it's just black, mate. What the heck?
52% of women feel judged for their weight by the GP. As a result, 79% of these women avoid seeking medical advice altogether. Booking a GP appointment.
When 31-year-old Julissa Thaler is stopped for driving a suspicious-looking vehicle, what begins as a routine traffic stop descends into a nightmare when officers open the trunk and discover a young boy dead.
What the? Whoa. looks like a zip.
Alright, let's cover it.
The following footage is drawn from official police records. Most of it has never been seen until now. In the early morning of May 20th, 2022, police in Orono receive a 911 call reporting a suspicious vehicle with a shattered rear windshield driving on a bare rim. As officers chase the silver Impala, they have no idea they're about to stumble into one of the city's most devastating cases. Officers approach the car and speak with the driver, 31-year-old Julissa Thaler, who's visibly nervous and fidgeting.
Was I speeding?
Well, you don't have a tire.
Oh, I know. I'm going home right now.
You going where?
I'm going home right now to get it.
Okay, where's home?
Just down the block. Do you mind if I get on my way? I really can't drive home.
Right, so that's why you're being stopped right now, because you don't have a tire.
Exactly, and I'm on my way. I literally live 1 block away.
Okay, do you have a driver's license on you today?
She explains that her car is in this condition because some kids were shooting paintballs at her car.
Okay, so you said kids were shooting BBs at your window? When was that?
Like an hour ago.
So they shot off your tire with a paintball gun?
Yeah.
Okay, so paintballs don't break a tire, though.
Well, they must have been doing something because it was really...
Why is your hand all bloody?
Because I was just...
Soon, the detectives get Julissa out of the car for further questioning, but her explanations remain vague, raising more questions than answers.
What's that?
I just wanted to know if I could go home.
Let's step out of the road right here.
I just wanted to put a tire on my car because it's super...
Yeah, we got a lot going on here, but let's get out of the road because I don't want to...
There's a few apartments, if you know where that is, right across the street.
Man, let's get out of the road later. So all this happened because kids were shooting BB guns at you.
And I saw some kids shooting at my at my tire. And I yelled out the window. I said, "Excuse me, you guys, that's my car. What are you doing?" And I ran out there to go get them. Didn't get a chance to wash my hands or anything. And then I noticed the tire was like peeling off on it, and the tire completely fell off.
So is the tire still back at the parking lot of the building, or where's the tire?
The tire fell off somewhere over there at the parking lot. Are you trying to search me or something?
No, because you have blood, I'm just going to put gloves on.
Julissa's explanation doesn't match what the detectives see. The damage to the car is far beyond what a few paintballs can cause. But what really alarms them right now needs a definite answer.
You see this? This is blood.
No, it's not. It was deer meat.
Deer meat?
A whole bag of ravioli and groceries over here.
Let me see your hand for a second. Can you just show your hand to me? How about the other side?
It's just dirty.
Okay.
It smells like death in there.
Yeah. I mean, oh my God, look up in there. Okay, this is like, did you look up? So what happened in this corner here?
Sure, so I had bags of groceries there. I had some deer meat, I had some ravioli cans, I had some veggies, and then those people broke my window, so I had to throw all my groceries away.
Let's start 06 and just, yeah.
What's up?
So nobody else was in here today with you, right?
No.
Nobody?
No.
Okay.
Why, what's up?
Well, we're trying to figure it out. There's a lot going on here. That's a lot of blood.
Blood?
Or something.
What's with what looks like blood in there? And
It's not blood, it's deer meat. I have a big bag of, there's a farm around here that does deer meat and hamburgers, so I get fresh bags from them.
Okay.
The glass got all over it, sort of throw it out. I also have like tacos and like
where did this happen then?
at the Alano Club do you know where the Alano Club is by Shell gas station?
Al-Anon?
Yeah, Al-Anon.
Okay.
You know where the Shell gas station is, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it happened over there.
Okay.
I mean, it's just deer meat. You can look at it.
Yeah, where is it? Where is?
I threw it out. It was full of glass.
Okay.
Was the deer meat sitting on the back?
It had a few bags of groceries.
Yet despite everything detectives point out, Julissa doesn't budge from her deer meat explanation. And as her answers circle back to the same story, detectives feel their suspicions sharpening, most of all toward the trunk she...
Okay, you could be waking up here every morning because Amaze are giving you the chance to win this.
Most of all toward the trunk she keeps avoiding.
What do you have in your trunk?
Nothing.
Nothing in the trunk at all?
Nothing.
There's no deer meat or anything in the trunk?
No, sir.
Does anybody else drive your car or
Just me. I understand you want to be good at your job, but I also think it would be really beneficial to just give me a ticket and let me go.
Well, we got one coming here that's in charge of it all, and then he can tell us what we're doing.
Is he here? I'm cold and crabby. Please let me go.
We get it, and we appreciate your patience with us. I know there's a lot going on here.
Well, yeah, I mean, what's going to happen? Like, I just want you guys to let me go.
I know.
It'd be nice if I didn't even have to get a ticket.
As Julissa grows increasingly impatient, demanding to be let go, the detectives hold firm. Soon after, the supervisor arrives and takes charge. After studying the situation completely, he turns to Julissa and begins his questioning. Tension rises as she starts demanding clarity, unaware that his next move is entirely out of her hands.
No, but at this time, we're not releasing your vehicle back to you. One, it's unsafe to drive. There's no tire on the front left-hand side. Two, your back window's shot up, and to me, you see the back seat right there?
Yeah.
It looks like a bullet hole.
Well, I have a spare tire in my garage. I can't really go.
So right now, all right, I don't have any, you're not under arrest, you're not being detained, but we're not letting you take your vehicle right now. We're impounding your vehicle.
Detectives decide to detain the vehicle, noting the condition of her car and inconsistencies in her story, and offer her a ride back home. And while some detectives drive Julissa home, others stay behind to examine the vehicle.
Here's your thoughts on one thing. We have not checked the trunk, and I have this terrible feeling about the trunk, and I've had it the whole time. I don't know if we can peek or if we want to leave it alone or knock and say, hey, anyone in there?
After careful discussion, detectives finally decide to open the trunk, unaware of the shocking discovery waiting inside that will turn the case upside down.
Whoa.
That might be the deer meat that she took out of the car to put in the trunk.
Watch yourself. That gun, we don't know if it's loaded or not.
What is this? Is it an amp? It looks like a kid leg. Okay. Oh, hey.
We need as many body cams up here as we can, yeah. Let's get some body cams up.
We had to safety check this thing.
This blanket. Oh, there's a shotgun there.
There's a shotgun right aimed at you, Carl.
There's weight to this blanket.
Holy crap. Alright, let's cover it.
Inside the blanket in the trunk, detectives are met with a shocking sight. A young boy's body, his head gone. An image far beyond anything they expected at the scene.
Let's go grab her.
Yeah.
Let's go get her right now.
Baby condos.
She ran in there, by the way. She booked it when she got out.
Okay, so we get there. She ran in her apartment. She's not going to come to the door.
We're going to have to
We're just going to boot it.
Yeah, we're going.
At that moment, detectives realize they made a mistake letting Julissa go. Urgency spikes as one team races to the Shell gas station she mentioned, while the others storm back to her apartment, this time to put her in handcuffs.
Police, come to the door!
right there. Check it.
I got the door here. Touch that one.
Police department.
Watch that one. I'll cover this one. Go with your hands up. Announce yourself. Please announce yourself.
But when the detectives step inside the apartment, they notice that Julissa has vanished. The detectives don't waste a second. They start combing through her apartment, hoping it holds something that explains the horror they've just discovered. And as they move through the rooms, one detail in the home immediately grabs their attention.
Yeah, there was a washer going.
Where's the washer?
Right here.
Hit it. Kill it. Don't let it drink. Nicole, you want to go down and start working with her on cameras where this chick went?
Inside the washer, detectives discover bloody clothes tumbling in the drum, and the machine, still running, tells them that Julissa can't have gone far. To pin down her timeline, they pull the building's CCTV, hoping it shows when she walked out and where she headed. The footage shows that Julissa isn't alone. She's seen leaving with an unidentified man just 30 minutes before detectives arrive. Now detectives have two urgent questions. Who is he, and where are they headed? Officers tape off the area, focusing on the direction Julissa and the man were seen leaving and searching for any trace of their trail. Meanwhile, the team at the Shell gas station continues looking for discarded weapons or clues that could break the case wide open. There, detectives also search for the kids Julissa claimed were shooting paintball.
I don't like bad people in general. May they all perish white or black or packaged, whichever. All bad people should be shot in the head.
But the area is empty. Still, among the bystanders, one witness steps forward, leading detectives to a nearby dumpster and handing the investigators their first thread to unravel the case.
Were you able to see exactly what she threw in?
I have no idea. One of the bus drivers said that she saw her throwing a bunch of stuff in the trash. This is the one that was right next to the pump where that she was at.
Okay, it was at pumps.
And then that's the pump next to it.
Okay. So this is all the pump that she was at. So this is the important one.
Well, yeah.
Could be.
And like I said, I don't know if she threw it in this one or any of the other ones.
Sure.
What I know is that Trish, the woman who works here, and said that she saw that sketchy woman in the car without wheels.
Yeah.
Throwing stuff in the trash.
Okay.
So I would guess it would, if there's anything in there, it would be in that one.
Okay.
Boss, sell me a solar generator for 900 pounds.
900 pounds? How many generators do you want?
Hold on, I only need one.
Right now, all these solar...
Detectives quickly collect the trash bags and expand their search to every nearby dumpster, leaving no stone unturned. And what they uncover inside will change the course of the investigation.
Blasted him. Yeah. Christ. I'm so pissed.
The search uncovers horrors across multiple dumpsters, each one revealing something worse than the last. In one, detectives find a child's booster seat soaked in blood and torn apart by a shotgun blast. In another, they discover a backpack, blood, bone, and what appears to be more brain matter. And scattered in a different bin, his kindergarten homework. But it's what's inside the backpack that finally stops everyone cold. A school ID card of a 6-year-old kid named Eli Hart and his mother's name, Julissa, printed right beneath it. Piece by piece, the child's identity and the brutality he faced becomes unmistakable. While one team collects the evidence from the dumpsters, another unit traces the path Julissa and the unidentified man took from the apartment. Minutes later, detectives spot both of them near the complex. Officers move in immediately, arresting the man and taking Julissa into custody.
Get your hands up! Hands up! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! On the ground! Lay on the ground! Hey, you go to the right! You take him! Wait, don't move! Don't need to touch your phone. You want to double laugh up? I can find sort of a search it.
What am I under arrest? I don't have anything on here.
Hey, well, here. My way here.
Why do you like my boyfriend?
We'll talk here.
Okay.
What the is going on? We'll explain to you at the police department.
Well, no, what the is going on? Seriously.
You'll be explained to it at the police department. You're being detained right now.
For what? Put him in there for now. For what? They ain't doing this. Walk down the streets all doing.
With both suspects secured at the same time, detectives finally have their first real chance to understand the horror that's unfolded. The investigation is getting increasingly disturbing with each step, and it's time to sit with Julissa to finally get clarity on what they've discovered. But talking to Julissa is about to be an absolute roller coaster for the detectives.
Right now you're being held and arrested for suspicion of being involved in a homicide.
And what homicide would that be? Because it's ridiculous.
Well, that's what I think we have to talk about a few things here.
Sure. Yeah, could you tell me like what you think I did and who is this person, and if you could answer those two questions, that would be awesome.
As repulsive as Julissa seems, the detectives have objectives while speaking to her. How Julissa's vehicle became a violent crime scene.
What do you think was found in the trunk of that vehicle?
I'm not sure what was in there.
I think you know.
I don't. Well, can you tell me what it was? And maybe I'll know why I'm here.
There's a dead body in the trunk of that car. A dead juvenile body.
Really? Who was it?
That's what I can't answer right now. That's why I'm here talking to you right now.
The reason why we don't know who it was is because the head was missing.
What? In my car?
When I talked to you earlier, you had told me that you had that car and you were doing Instacart from 10 p.m. till 6 a.m.
Shortly into the interview, Julissa refuses to even accept that she was driving with a child's dead body and blood in her car. One of the things she does repeatedly in the interview is ask for an attorney, but then continues telling her story anyway.
Today I was assaulted by somebody, and I have a really long history with my ex. Even like the meth community.
So I can't answer you. I can't answer any questions after that. I mean, are you stating that you still want to speak with us? I mean.
Yeah, I guess I'm just telling you a few things after the fact.
Officers circle back to their main concerns, now mentioning her son Eli to try to confirm if the body is her son's.
Do you have any kids?
I have a son.
You have a son? How old's your son?
6.
6 years old?
Yeah.
What's your son's name?
Eli?
Does Eli live with you?
He does, but he was with my boyfriend.
Where was Eli today? Because, I mean, we were at your apartment earlier.
He's with my boyfriend.
Who's your boyfriend?
Rob.
Rob? Okay.
Did you know that life insurance can cost as little as a cup of coffee per week? Yes, it really can be.
Rob? Okay.
As the questions begin to heat up, Julissa loses patience and seems restless to leave.
Can I just go home and check on my baby and check on my house and everything?
Well, I thought you said Eli was with Rob.
Yeah, I need to go home. I need to find my phone. You guys took my car that had my phone. It had my money.
Right now I know that there's nobody at your house. I know that.
Would I be able to go home? Can you release me?
I need to paint this picture.
Okay, so maybe you can ask me questions, but I don't want to be under arrest. I didn't do anything.
As Julissa slowly realizes she's not getting out of custody without giving the detective some answers, she opens up with some new and shocking revelations.
Okay, well, can I tell you guys something off the record then?
I
have every right to tell you guys something off the record.
Everything's on the record. So,
okay, well,
you can say off the record.
I'm kind of angry right now because my ex involved me in some pretty horrible stuff, and I have like multiple restraining orders against him.
If your ex told you to put you in an oven, would you do it, love? I don't think so, do you? Freak.
You guys can even tell every threat in the restraining order. There's bomb threats, gun threats, shotgun threats. murder threats, and so I can prove that he's like capable of doing that in those restraining orders. He violated the order of protection. Actually, I think I was here like 2 weeks ago because my house was broken into 2 weeks ago. And then occasionally, because when I first got that order of protection, he was a meth dealer, and I snitched on him because I wanted to leave. I wanted me and my baby to be safe. And so I snitched on him, and the police did a complete raid of the house. They arrested a few of his friends, went to the higher-up meth dealers, and started arresting them. And then I got really scared because then they found out I snitched. And it's been really bad for me ever since. I get harassed everywhere I go. If I go to the cities, they harass me there. If I'm ever around like the meth community, they know my face, they know my name. And Tori has like a really, really long history of a really, really like big friend group of like meth smokers, and all of them are really, really possessive over my child. And I've tried to protect my child from Tori and everything he does, because there's like drugs and he steals stuff, and all these big meth dealers like know who he is. And occasionally here and there they reach out to me in the community and they'll be like, hey, they'll say something super threatening. I'm just sitting there scared, like, oh, great.
Julissa mentions her ex-husband, Tory Hart, who's also Eli's biological father, as an abusive figure in her and her son's lives. Evidently, Julissa and Tory were in a long-running custody battle for Eli, who was reunited with Julissa just 10 days before his murder. While Julissa tries to highlight Tory during the interrogation, the detectives are more interested in the events after midnight. When Julissa's pressed to explain the same, she reveals an absolutely unexpected detail for the detectives.
I was assaulted last night.
What time?
It would be like midnight. I was around the area just looking for grocery stores, and some of my baby daddy's meth community guys reached out to me. I stepped out of the car, started smoking a cigarette with them, and then they got really, really mad at me.
Where is this?
Over by like Minneapolis. And then they got really, really mad at me. And they said, Tori's been my baby daddy. They said he's been really, really mad. I said, well, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. I don't know you guys anymore. I don't associate with you guys anymore. If you could please just leave us alone. We actually had court for a domestic violence restraining order like 2 days ago, which I tried to get my son added to, and they denied it. And then they were threatening me, and then they pushed me up against the car and assaulted me. So then I got in my car, and the rest I need a lawyer for.
Julissa claims she's been assaulted by meth heads sent by Tory, seemingly to shift suspicions to him. She says this is something Tory habitually does. But when detectives ask her where exactly she was assaulted, Julissa fails miserably. And shortly after, she surprises the detectives with another addition to her story.
When we stopped you, had like that one flat tire. Was that something that was related to the assault?
Yeah, they were the people who stabbed a hole in my tire.
How long did the assault take place?
A few minutes.
And did you get, how did it come to an end?
I guess he was done.
He was done assaulting you?
Yeah.
Were you badly hurt?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he used to call me, but it was fine.
So it was a
Out of nowhere, Julissa suddenly claims she's become a sexual assault victim and again tries to frame Tory for all the wrongdoings of the morning. Still, Julissa fails to explain how a child's dead body ended up in her car. Detectives go along with her story and see whether anything she says can start making sense.
I think we should cover your assault a little bit more. If there's...
I held a gun to my head.
There's a gun now?
Okay. Now.
You hadn't mentioned the gun before. You said that there was a knife involved. You said there was a knife involved.
There, I would have ran.
How that connects to today, and how this morning I had a conversation with Julissa on the street after a simple traffic stop, and how we got to here right now.
Well, I mean, you guys should have known, right?
What Julissa says next is enough to leave even the detectives speechless.
You guys stopped me on the side of the street. I'm babbling, all scared, like I had just been. You guys didn't even notice. And you asked me why my window's broken and there's a rim missing off my tire, and you guys didn't even bother to ask me if I was okay.
So people ask me all the time, life is so uncertain right now, the waves of life.
Should we do? That's the first thing that Officer Bush asked you. He asked you if everything was okay right now. He talked to you for 4 or 5 minutes.
I think a good officer would be able to look at somebody in the eye and tell, are they really okay, or are they just telling you they're okay?
We're at 10 o'clock, you stopped, the assault happened, that's when the occurred and the gun was pulled to your head, and I haven't heard one little thing about a little boy in any of this.
Julissa doesn't reveal a word about the dead body in her car and keeps framing Tori for her assault. It's now time for the detectives to reveal some pretty hard evidence they have against Julissa. But what she doesn't know is that officers have reviewed CCTV footage from the night before the discovery, which shows Julissa at 11:22 p.m. walking out of the garage with her son Eli, then placing him gently in the back seat of her car. This is the last time anyone saw the 6-year-old boy alive. Investigators are loaded with evidence in the interrogation room, and they move on to confront Julissa.
We have a really good idea of who that little boy is in the trunk, and you do too. We know things. And we wanted to come in here and at least give you the opportunity to be honest, to help yourself, and you couldn't do it.
I just tried to be honest with you guys. I told you exactly who it was and why I've done coverage for them.
We wanted to give you this opportunity. So we spent all day gathering evidence, both video, surveillance from every business in the area.
Okay, maybe there's fingerprints on the car.
We spent the whole day with forensics. We've analyzed things. There's things that we know, like you were at the Shell gas station. We know that. We know what you did there. We know that because we have video. We know that because evidence was collected. So this is your time.
It's this person with blood and tissue matter, and more blood and more tissue matter, and mud and water.
What do you mean blood and tissue matter?
So this is your time to talk.
What does that mean, blood and tissue matter?
I think you have an idea what it means. And this is your opportunity to be honest with us.
I was just honest with you, and you're not listening to anything I'm saying. I just gave you the information of these people who are harassing me.
A generic person in the meth community, that's what I'm supposed to go on? I'm supposed to help this little dead child, this dead child in a trunk?
Your son that has body parts, skull, brains of your son in the back seat. The back window shot out, and your son is dead in the trunk.
How do you know?
You tell me what that looks like.
In another dumpster, there's pieces of it. A backpack with his name on it.
So cut the crap.
With surveillance video. Multiple witnesses that see you.
What witnesses?
Julissa had also claimed earlier in the interview that she'd left her apartment alone at 10 p.m., but here too, she gets confronted by the detectives with clear evidence.
Are we still talking about? Are we still talking?
She's just talking.
You just stopped talking to me. You accused me of lying about the rape.
Well, Julissa, you have in mind because you said that you left by yourself, and we have you leaving your apartment with your son at 11:23 p.m.
I'm aware.
Where's your son now?
I'm not sure.
Detectives have heard enough from Julissa and are ready to wrap up the interrogation. On May 21st, 2022, detectives are finally ready to arrest Julissa for murder.
You're here and arrested and will be both charged with murder.
What?
You were the last person to be seen with your son.
That's not true. I just told you I was.
You have blood splatter that we collected from your hair, your body.
I just told you I was.
Body part all of your car.
Are you listening to me? I just told you I was.
He was found in the trunk of your car, along with the weapon that is forensically examined, and it's probably going to have some evidence that may connect you. So you're here, you're charged with murder, and you're going to be booked to Hennepin County Jail.
Detectives next sit with Julissa's boyfriend, Rob, who was seen with her in the CCTV leaving the apartment.
I see him wrapped up. Dead. So what do you think?
I think they killed him.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. But I know it wasn't me. I was sleeping all night. I put everything in a lot. I slept all night.
You just said you think she killed him.
But I don't know why. I don't know what for. What was the motive? What's this? What's that? What's it gonna cause? What's it gonna prove? What? I don't know. Can't think it in my head.
But then Rob mentioned something that could prove to be the missing link, the motive behind Eli's murder.
Unless there was insurance policy money, I guarantee there was.
You guarantee there was?
There could have been, yeah. I didn't think that.
Detectives still think Rob's involved in the murder, but he refuses to agree.
No, it wasn't me. I was sleeping all night that night. If I went out to bed, didn't make sense. Doesn't make sense in my head right now. I'm thinking. I went to bed, she was arguing with him, and that's about it. I don't know nothing else after that.
However, Rob does end up revealing another piece of information that may be crucial in proving Eli's murder.
She killed him. I know she did.
How do you know it?
I just know she did. I know for a fact she did.
How?
I know for a fact she did.
How?
Because I just do.
Because what?
I just do. I just know.
You can't, that's not
She's the only person that had to have done it. The only person.
You can't say I know for a fact.
She's the only one that had access to that gun, not me. I didn't know where it was. She put it away in storage or something, she said she did. And she pulled it out the same night that he dies. That's pretty f***ed up. Don't you think so?
When you guys would get done shooting, she would put the gun away somewhere that you didn't know?
Yeah.
It wouldn't stay in the car?
No.
It would come into the apartment?
Yeah.
And then she'd put it somewhere in the apartment?
I don't know where.
I'm just saying, we know that you didn't leave Thursday
Let me
night.
tell you something.
Detectives next make a smart move to determine Rob's level of involvement by implying to him that Julissa has confessed to the crime.
She's kind of pointing the fingers at other people. How can you help yourself? How can you help yourself? How can you prove?
I just see my phone, I can do something.
How can you prove that when she says, we planned this, he knows all about it?
I don't know what you're talking about. What is plan what?
How can you help yourself get out of that?
Rob, when we, in anything that
I'm confused, man. I don't get this shit.
In anything that we deal with, when somebody tells us one thing, what do? We investigate it.
What plan? What are you talking about?
Starting your medicated weight loss with Juniper is so simple. All you've got to do is answer some quick questions about your
plan. What are you talking about?
Rob doesn't back down from his story, convincing detectives of his innocence despite being close to the crime. In the autopsy report, it's confirmed that the dead body is that of Eli Hart. He was shot around 9 times, likely while he was helplessly strapped in the car. Authorities also learned that Eli was prelingually deaf. Julissa's nonchalant demeanor toward murdering her own son is disturbing beyond limits. Detectives sit with her one more time to confront her with the crime she's committed.
Is that a little boy, Bryn? Yeah. That's Eli. It's Eli.
Confirmed? Could you confirm it?
It's Eli in the trunk of your car.
He's such a good person. You confirmed it? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Why are you acting all shocked? He said he
Even while acting to show remorse, Julissa's already preparing another excuse to distance herself from the crime.
I don't want him to be involved at all in whatever they're doing, but you confirmed it's 100% my baby boy? I'm not getting an answer from you, yes or no. That's kind of important.
Yeah, that's Eli.
So yes? What is that?
You tell me.
I don't know. You tell me.
That's Eli's booster seat. From your car.
Did you find the people who did this? Was there DNA on me? You used to call them, but I know that there's other ways of finding out.
We're here talking about your dead son.
And I'm here telling you who did it. But I didn't know he was dead. You're telling me my baby boy is dead?
Detectives confront Julissa once again with photo evidence, followed by her desperate effort to act like a concerned mother.
This dumpster is where we recovered a lot of his head, brain, tissue. This is the same dumpster that we have witnesses. That's this car with no tire and a broken up window, describing you dumping all this stuff in.
Do you have any witnesses of the rape?
Investigate Eli's death for him. We're here to get answers for him. Because we think
Who's an important person in the world?
Because we think he deserves it.
He deserves everything. He's not actually. He's like, how do you know?
You know he is.
How do you know?
You know he is.
You're making assumptions. How do you know that I know? I really need a lawyer, but I want you to know that this baby boy is the most important person in the world to me. I would never hurt him. I would never do anything to him. I protect him. You have to believe me. This is my baby boy.
So we have scenes all around town where you were seen dumping parts of Eli in garbage cans.
What do you mean?
In garbage cans.
I would never do that.
Dumpsters.
Witnesses saw you take this and throw it into a dumpster.
I would never do that.
While detectives don't get any confession from Julissa, they're sure from her cell records that Julissa drove her son to Lake Minnetonka Park, where she ruthlessly shot Eli 9 times while he was strapped in his child safety seat. Eli's murder shakes the community, but the investigation that follows regarding Eli's earlier childhood leaves everybody speechless when proof implies that the little boy's death could have been prevented by Child Protection Services. Dakota County Social Services had received numerous warnings about Julissa being a serious drug addict whose substance abuse also led Eli to Townes-Brock syndrome by birth, resulting in hearing loss. Detectives also learned that Julissa bought a shotgun and bullets on May 17, 2022, 3 days before Eli's murder. Furthermore, disturbing findings come to light from Julissa's internet search history, which are enough to paint a picture of what was going on in her mind prior to the murder. On February 8, 2023, the jury deliberated for less than 2 hours. They returned a guilty verdict on Julissa, convicting her of first-degree murder. On February 16, 2023, Julissa Thaler is sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. After the sentencing, Julissa speaks up for the first time in the courtroom before the trial ends.
Yes, I would like to say something.
Go ahead.
I'm innocent. You all, you're garbage.
Eli's father, Tory Hart, settled a payment of more than $2 million after filing a wrongful death lawsuit against Dakota County. The case still sparks dispute on the child protection system, completely overlooking the early warning signs with Julissa Thaler, and many believe that Eli's death was preventable.
For people who struggle to trim their toenails because of age-related joint stiffness or poor eyesight, you really need to try this latest German smart electric nail clipper. It features an
on the child protection system, completely overlooking the early warning signs with Julissa Thaler, and many believe that Eli's death was preventable.
Wow, that is sick as hell, that. My God, why would you shoot? Half times, mate, what the frick? Oh my Jesus, that was awful. Fuck. He was only 6 years old. 2023, that's like 2 years, 3 years nearly. Bitch. Oh my Jesus, that's disgusting. Get some proper sick people out there, mate. Black and whites.
October, deep into the autumn woods of the United Kingdom, Wild Bear set out alone for what was meant to be a peaceful Halloween day camp. Her plan was innocent enough: carve a pumpkin, cook rice pudding over a small fire, and sit quietly in the dark to see if anything strange revealed itself.
Oh, hello, world ones. It is a gorgeous, quiet day in the woods in October, and I'm here today to just hang out, carve a pumpkin, warm up some nice rice pudding on my little fire there, and I'm going to hang out in the dark to see if anything spooky happens. Hello? Is anyone...
The daylight passed gently. She set up her tent, brewed a warm drink, and carved a pumpkin she jokingly named Scary Bear. Deer wandered close, leaves crunched under unseen hooves, and the forest felt alive, but calm.
Hello? It's looking pretty clean in here. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, I've got him beautifully scraped out, and I need to decide what to do for a face. I was going to try a scary bear, but I don't think I can pull that off.
As night fell, everything changed. She turned off every light and sat motionless in the darkness, unable to see beyond the glow of the pumpkin's face. Trail cameras faced her, but she couldn't see what they saw. The woods erupted with sudden sounds, sharp muntjac barks, heavy movement, branches snapping just out of view.
Yeah. Like magic. I think I'm gonna burn through the rest of this woods, and then I'm gonna sit in the dark and wait for the ghosts. Right, it's dark and my coals are out and nice and cold. I'm gonna turn all my lights off now and sit in the hot seat here in the dark. I've got 2 trail cams out facing the chair, so you'll be able to... Is anyone here?
Something large moved nearby, growling low before crashing through the undergrowth. She laughed it off, but the sound circled, closer than expected. In the pitch black, even harmless wildlife feels monstrous.
Make a sound. If there's a spirit here, make a sound.
With the big one from Ariel. Ditch the dinge and go big on bright. Nice one, big one.
Get that big game flex with EETV. Flex your EETV and catch January's biggest games.
Ghosts?
Nothing appeared, but being watched doesn't always mean being seen. October, years earlier, long before this quiet overnight, Brooke Whipple, known online as Girl in the Woods, experienced something in the forest she says still gives her chills.
All right. Here we are. It's getting dark fast.
At just 17 years old, She was bow hunting alone as dusk settled in. From her tree stand, the woods felt safe, elevated, controlled. But when the light faded, she began the slow descent to the forest floor, the most vulnerable moment for any hunter.
Precarious little fire right now.
You know, if you put little knots on it, the good chunks of it, right?
She made noise on purpose, clanking her arrows to scare wildlife away. Everything stayed silent. Too silent. After lowering her bow, she stepped onto the ground and bent down to search for a watch she dropped.
So what I would do is I would take my arrows and I would kind of bang them on my bow. Just make lots of noise. I would just make noise up there before I came down so that if there was deer in the area that I didn't know about, if there was something there, you know, the animals would go away. I would alert them that there's a human coming out of the tree, you know, get out of my way. I don't want to be scared when I get down to the... You know, have you ever... Deer do this.
That's when it happened. A sound cut through the stillness. A low, drawn-out moan. Not an animal. Not wind. Something else. She froze, heart pounding, every instinct screaming danger. Then it came again. Closer. She didn't wait.
My bow to the rope, and I bend over and start lowering my bow down to the ground, because, you know, it's not very great to climb down with a bow. So I do that. It reaches the ground, then I climb down on the ground, and I'm looking for that watch that fell out of my pocket when I was bending over. So I'm on the ground, you know, kind of looking for my watch, and I hear this sound that sounded so otherworldly, and it sounded like this. I'm bent over looking for my watch, and I hear just like that. I'm not joking, that's what I heard. And I stood up, and it's giving me goosebumps right now just remembering it. And it's giving me goosebumps. And I just stood there like a statue. I was so scared. Like, what was that? You know, you were like hearing things?
Yeah.
And I stood.
Brooke dropped everything and ran across the field as fast as she could, abandoning her gear. Headlights appeared. Her ride had arrived just in time.
Thank you. See you guys in the morning. Donkey? Hey guys. Good morning.
She never hunted that spot again. She still calls it the Haunted Woods. I know for a fact that being alone in the woods at night, I would hear all kinds of noises. No way could I sleep. August 3rd, 2022. Deep along Australia's remote old telegraph track, a couple from the channel The Lifestyle Pioneers, off-grid adventures pulled into a quiet riverside camp, far from towns, lights, or phone signal. After a brutal day of creek crossings and vehicle damage, the spot felt like a reward.
The milkshake in the car, you guys are the ones pulling it all out and drying it all out. Deal, yeah, you say that now, you got no idea what you're in for.
Hi boss, I want one of those soup pots. 400 pounds is enough?
400 pounds? I think you haven't heard.
that I got thanked from the YouTube team saying that I can use the advanced tools, etc., which is excellent, which is excellent in Spanish. And yeah, here I am, doing my own content with other content in that brilliant, guys. And I've still got the email on the YouTube saying, thanks. Like and subscribe if you want more Freaky Fridays.
They set up swags, cooked dinner by firelight, and let the kids swim as the heat faded. By nightfall, the track was silent. No engines, no voices, just insects and moving water.
All right, lads, come try this.
Oh, here's the rain again. We're kicking these little showers come through.
I know why.
Because we're in swags again. So we haven't been in the swag since we did the Googs track late last year.
Okay.
And yes, it rained then as well. It feels like every time we decide to do a bit of an adventure away from the caravan, in the swags, the weather turns wet. Fun games.
Then, just after midnight, everything changed. Liz unzipped her swag to use the toilet and froze. Roughly 100 meters away, headlights were on, not driving, not approaching, just sitting there in the darkness. High beams, no engine noise, no movement.
It's 12 last night to go to the toilet, and when she opened the swag, there was headlights, or a bright light that we didn't initially know was headlights, and then she woke me up and I got out, and there was only about 100 metres away, there was someone had their sort of high beams on, not pointing at our camp, but pointing down the road there, and yeah, they're just sitting there still with their lights on and then didn't move for a while, and then they moved up the road a bit and then back again, and gave Liz a bit of discomfort, I suppose, wondering what people are doing driving around here that time of night. That's when you suddenly feel very remote. Nothing ended up happening of it, they just ended up driving off. We don't know what they were doing or what they were up to. I assume they were either camped up somewhere nearby and looking for firewood, or coming in late looking for a camp.
She woke her partner. They watched as the vehicle slowly rolled forward, then stopped again, then reversed, then returned once more, still without anyone stepping out, still without a sound.
It's pretty late to be coming in. But anyway, nothing came of it, but it was a bit unsettling. It took us a while to get back to sleep and all that. So this morning, I'm going to make a coffee, the best that Robert Timms produces, coffee bags. This is our go-to camping coffee. I reckon it's the best of the instant sort of coffee options.
Eventually, it drove off. No explanation. No tracks checked. No voices heard. They didn't sleep properly after that. Just goes to show, you might be remote, but you're not always alone. Bit unnerving, all right. August 2025, just outside the Kansas City area, solo van traveler Bunny Plaisir found herself trapped by a massive storm system with nowhere safe to run. Tornado warnings stretched across Missouri, lightning split the sky, and winds began slamming into her van as she pulled into a Cracker Barrel parking lot to ride it out.
Of the Kansas City area to a safe place so that I wouldn't get slammed by storms. And well, joke's on me. I worked for a longer amount of time than I probably should have, and because of that, now south it is not safe. There is a physical rotation started south of the city a little bit. So I'm in the Belton area, and
earlier, she'd done what she always did. Heated food, checked forecasts, watched radar maps. But this storm was different. Wind gusts climbed past 60 miles per hour. The van rocked. Thunder shook the ground.
aggressively with 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. I'm parking in a place I, again, wouldn't normally park here. I don't know. I don't know, guys. This is the bad side of being in a vehicle. So before the building was completely catching the wind. Now it's not. The wind shifted. And there's something to being in. Yeah, it's gonna be a weird night. I just talked to a manager and I kind of expressed my concerns about parking near the pole, and he was just like, you can park anywhere. And I told him what they told me inside about the cop, And he was just like, yeah, parking next to the building, that could be a problem. He said, I would probably park.
Every decision felt wrong. Park near the building and risk police knocking, or park exposed and take the full force of the wind. As the storm intensified, her van physically shifted under her. Gusts slammed it sideways. Sirens wailed somewhere nearby. Police, or worse. At one point, she stepped outside in the dark, scanning the lot, heart pounding, realizing how exposed she really was.
Weight loss medication is a kickstart to change your lifestyle. Weight loss medication is support that you never.
Heart pounding, realizing how exposed she really was.
Okay, I got into bed mode. The rain is chilling a little bit, but I heard some kind of like siren sound, and at first I thought, oh no, it's like a tornado siren, but it sounded more like a police officer, and so I was like, okay. And after the guy was like, don't park too close to the building, they might come out and knock on your window, I was like, oh, maybe that's what they're doing. It's just, hey, we see you. I've never had that happen at a Cracker Barrel before, but again, I understand, especially in cities and stuff like that have a different kind of crime rate. Sometimes they're a bit more cautious, totally understandably so. So I peeked out the window, didn't see anything. I peeked out the front window, I didn't see anything, and then I peeked out the side window, I still didn't see anything. So at that point, I just put my shoes on and hopped out real quick. I was like...
Inside, she locked the doors and waited. Lightning flashed. Rain hammered metal. The night dragged on with no escape.
What was that? Tonight is not a good night. Tonight is like a worst case scenario night. Not to mention, whenever I went to go peek out my window, I realized that my window cover is partially stuck on the outside. So that means it's soaked. So tomorrow I'm going to have to let it dry while I drive. I would really love to go to bed at some point tonight. At some point.
Ooh, made it through the night.
I'm waking up and it got cold last night.
Glad you were oak in the storm. September 2020, just off Highway 101 in Humboldt County, California, Julia from the channel Uncivilized parked her van beneath a massive roadside tree as night closed in. She'd been traveling all day, following the river north, searching for a quiet place to sleep.
Yeah. Humboldt County, exquisite. You can see the mountains off in the distance. Beautiful. And we parked here last night. So, let's see. 2 nights ago, we left the Russian River. But we didn't really leave the Russian River because the Russian River begins in the Mendocino watershed area, in the mountains of Mendocino. And it flows, so it's north of here. So we just followed it all the way up to Mendocino, and it flows all the way down to Sonoma County through the Russian River area and out to the coast at Jenner. For those of you that don't know,
The turnout looked perfect at first, secluded, shadowed by trees, far from town. But hanging from the branches above her were shoes, a warning sign she couldn't ignore. Trash littered the forest below, evidence of activity that didn't feel old.
for the day. It's too early. So anyway, we pull next to this tree, and the tree has shoes hanging from it. And I'm like, okay, I vaguely remember that means people are selling and buying drugs here. And I'm like, but yeah, it's out in the middle of nowhere. You actually have to have a car to get to this spot, right? Now, there is a river down below and another country road, and we're on Highway 101 up above. And so I'm not sure about this place. It's a little bit scary looking, but it's a perfect place to park for the night. And
As darkness swallowed the area, a car pulled in, stopping far too close. The driver sat inside, phone glowing, watching. Julia stayed silent, lights off, her dog Bambi alert at the front window. Minutes dragged. The man stepped out, leaned against his vehicle, then finally left.
in the front seat, she goes, "Rrrr." And I see a guy's pulled up now. He's pulled up sort of in front of our car, about maybe 20 yards away. and it's pitch black. So all I can see is he's got his phone, so I see a little light in the vehicle, and I'm like, now I don't want him to see me that I'm a female. So at one point I put the pillow up here and I could just like peek around it and watch him. And I was like, if that dude opens his door, that's it. You know, we're like ready to go in a moment's instance. So I watch him for a while, and he's like, the light goes off and he's in the car and nothing's happening. And we're thinking about leaving. But now it's like 10:30, 11 at night. And I'm like, where am I going to park? It's pitch black. I'm in my pajamas. Like, everything's set to go to sleep for the night. So I go back in the back, and I'm working on my computer. I have it on the lowest night light, and I'm just like working on it. And I'm like, Bambi, stay vigilant. And then she goes.
Relief didn't last. Near midnight, a mechanical winding sound started just feet from the van. Not a vehicle, not wildlife. Something was being worked, cranked, right beside the trees. Julia froze. Her instincts screamed.
Up here, it's right before I'm going to lay down. And all of a sudden, I hear this winding noise, like, but you can tell it's like something's being worked, some kind of machine. And I'm like, and I see a truck.
Are you sure it wants someone working on your phone? You didn't pick it up on digital. Oh, Jesus. You have to be careful in the road and stuff.
Coming in, I'm like, oh, that must be the truck. But as the truck goes by, it's not that sound, it's its own sound. And I come over here, and I go, and I lean over Bambi, and the window's like cracked a little bit. And
This is the new Dell AI PC with Intel inside. A PC.
Come over here, and I go, and I lean over Bambi, and the window's like cracked a little bit.
How can your window crack a little bit?
And right next to us in the forest, right next to us, is this sound. And then it stops. And then it starts again. All of a sudden.
Without shoes on, heart racing, she started the engine and fled into the night, certain someone had been standing in the woods beside her van.
Myers Flat, and that, of course, is where I think Humboldt Redwoods State Park is. And so I know there's going to be park rangers around there. We can't stop. We can't park there for the night. But I didn't even stop. I just wanted to get out of there, and I'm like, my legs like, oh. So we ended up driving further along until we came to this spot here, which is all cement.
I am glad you two are oak and safe. One summer evening in eastern Tennessee, solo van lifer Sarah Dungo left the road behind and wandered into a quiet forest reserve, searching for clarity, solitude, and a place to breathe. The day had been peaceful, coffee in town, a long trail hike, and finally a climb up an old fire tower overlooking endless trees.
Within this practice is the language of the stars, or astrology. Here is where I really get to zoom out by tracking the correlations of my personal experience alongside the waves of the celestial planets. After all, the way I see astrology, it is just our own personal mythology and a way for us to connect deeper to the freedom to be who we really are. So, that being said, this is the chart that I'm going to be using based off of my travels through Tennessee, and I'll pick a handful of transits occurring and explore them a little deeper. I'll preface by saying I'm not fluent in this language, but I do enjoy being a student of the stars, and hopefully it'll encourage you to take a... I'm in Johnson City, and I'm gonna try and go to Kingsport, find a coffee shop, work on the computer, get some work done, so that way I can feel better about finding some sort of wild nature to immerse myself in. So yeah, if I'm gonna do that, I better hit the road, and yeah, let's go.
As the sun dropped, the forest shifted. The air thickened. The birds went quiet. While descending the trail, Sarah froze when a sound rolled through the woods, long, echoing howls, rising and falling in perfect unison.
And to hear something in the distance.
At first it was beautiful, hypnotic. She followed the sound deeper into the trees, drawn toward it without thinking. That's when the realization hit her. These weren't distant. They were close. And there were several of them. Wolves in a reserve where they weren't supposed to roam freely.
I'd be telling her to shut the fuck up, mate, if it was me.
So I'm hiking back from the fire tower right now, and oh wow, while I was in the forest, I heard
The howls surrounded her, bouncing through the forest like a signal. She stood still, listening as the chorus rose again, powerful, coordinated, and far too aware. Alone, with daylight fading, Sarah slowly backed away, heart racing, suddenly very aware of how small she was.
people in this nature reserve, so I'm not sure if they've gotten out of their sanctuary or not, but their songs were just so lovely. It was drawing me in, so I kind of jogged closer and found them singing in unison, and I just joined in because I've never done anything like that in my entire life. That was so crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just in awe.
Wow, what an eerie sound. I was scared just listening to it.
If you eat butter daily, this is what happens to your eyes. Take a look at these 2 retina scans.
Well, I'll leave it at that for now, guys. Like and subscribe.